Hello everyone, this is Luis, the baddest of them all. The baddest baddie of the baddies. The baddest. In today's video, I'm going to be walking you through my skincare process. And so, a few things that you should know about me is, like my skin type, and I'm single, and I like walks on the beach, and things that you just like you need to know in order to get a better idea of the skincare routine stuff. Alright, so my skin type is really oily, and for that reason it's easier for my skin to get acne. I'm not so sure if I would call it like acne prone skin, but it is oily. It does have a lot of sebum. There is a lot of sebum production going on, and sebum clogs into the pores. It creates comedones. I know, comedones. It's such a it sounds like such a medical term. I should be a dermatologist. I know. It really clogs up sebum clogs up the pores along with dead skin cells and so forth. And so I have a tendency to just get acne. It's just part of my life, unfortunately. And a lot of people who have oily skin, that's just life for us. My acne is not as bad as it was when I was a teenager, so it's much more controlled, and I think it's because also I've been, really consistent about my skincare. I think, when it comes to acne and just treating your skin, consistency is key, which can be hard because, I haven't been pretty consistent with my YouTube channel, so don't come for me in the comments. Acne is definitely a concern for me. It always has been and will continue to be a concern for me throughout my life. So that's something that's something that my skin routine is targeted towards, that acne control. And then another of my concerns are my acne scars. I do have indented acne scars as a result of my acne from earlier years of my life. And so that's something I've always been insecure about, and I'm sure that a lot of people who have acne prone skin, oily skin, have this issue as well. So I want to let you know you're not alone, and it's definitely a valid concern, and it's definitely a valid insecurity, especially when we have Instagram posts and social media that shows just perfect skin and perfect lives, and we're not that. So, and don't let the camera fool you. I think it's just a good lighting that makes my skin look nice right now, but I got things going on up here, Another concern or another kind of target that my skincare routine is focused on is reducing acne scarring and indented acne scarring. There are different types of acne scarring. So this includes rolling scars, picket scars, and box scars. I have, for the most part, rolling scars, which are really difficult to get rid of. Just indented scars in general are impossible to get rid of, and it just drives you crazy. That's another area. And then lastly, kind of area of concern is aging well is the new term I've seen on social media. Aging well, anti-aging is impossible and not realistic, and again, there's nothing wrong with aging. Aging is natural, aging is part of life, we're all gonna age, and there's nothing wrong with that. Alright, so I think I've covered the basics. So now I'm going to walk you through my skincare routine. I try to keep it as simple as possible because sometimes it's just hard, like to do all the steps, and especially when you're like exhausted or you just like want to lay down, go to bed, or you're late for work or whatnot. So first things first, I'm the realist. First things first, you want a cleanser, you want a good cleanser. For me, I used to be very like anal about cleaning my face to the point where I would strip it, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm sure I strip it still like from time to time, but I try not to. You want to keep your skin barrier intact. You want to not feel like after you cleanse your face, you feel like you can't like smile or anything because it just is so dry. And so I feel like this kind of meets me halfway. Let me do that Instagram, social media, influencer hand thing. I call this the influencer hand. So CeraVe, this is the foaming facial cleanser for normal to oily skin. And so, I like it because I feel like it does like actually, cleanse my face. It does get rid of dirt and sebum and other things that might be on the surface of your skin, but at the same time, not to the point where you are stripping your skin. And so I've been using this for a couple years. I think that it is effective. So this is what I use to cleanse. From time to time, my next step is usually a toner. I am not the biggest fan of toners. I feel like if anything, it's just this extra step that you want to do. If you feel like treating yourself, if you feel like you have the time, or it's like self-care, therapeutic, I highly recommend a toner. But I really don't think toners are a necessary step in your skincare routine. It's just like a plus. And so I don't have the bottle with me, but I'll show a picture. I am right now using the Amore Pacific toner. And so far it's been hydrating and it's been good. I mean, nothing life-changing. It's good. It's good. I think it gives you a little extra hydration, but nothing like, oh my gosh, my skin can't live without this. So yeah, if you're out there and you're like, skincare is too much for me and skincare is just kind of a little bit too expensive, because it can be expensive and sometimes it really is, you can totally skip the toner. And then, I just kind of seal it with a moisturizer. I use the CeraVe Daily Moisturizer. It comes in this white and blue bottle. I don't have it with me, but I will show a picture as well, just so that you have something to reference to. Y'all better not come for me for not having my products on hand when I'm recording. I know y'all are like, damn, this bitch, this bitch ain't got none of your products. Y'all better not come for me. And it's nothing revolutionary. It gets the job done. I do feel like sometimes it leaves my skin looking a little bit shiny, which is not a look that people with oily skin go for, but it gets the job done. And plus, after the moisturizer, I seal everything with the most essential skincare product, which is a sunscreen. What I look for in my sunscreens is, you know, I heard Dr. Dre say this in one of her like videos where she said, you know, the best sunscreen is a sunscreen that you're actually going to use, which, you know, I think is, you know, kind of the golden rule when it comes to sunscreens, because there are a lot of good sunscreens out there. They do what they're supposed to do, but they either have like a really gross texture or they have this really big white cast, and you know, you don't feel drawn, or you just don't want to wear that and be out in public like that. So I go for a sunscreen that I'm actually going to use, and I normally go, and since I have oily skin, I go for sunscreens that have this mattifying effect, so that when you put it on and it dries, it's like, it has this mattifying, it is matte, so that my skin doesn't look oily, because oily skin, it's just not, it's annoying for me to like have oily skin. I went to Sephora and I asked one of the ladies there, you know, for recommendations, and she recommended this one. And so this is the Ren Clear Skincare, that's a brand, and it's the Clean Screen Mineral SPF 30 Mattifying Face Sunscreen Broad Spectrum. It has 22% zinc oxide, which is a mineral, and it's considered kind of like a mineral sunscreen. Well, yes, it's a mineral sunscreen. It's a mineral sunscreen. You know, I won't lie, it does leave a white cast. My skin tone is not as dark. You can tell that I have sunscreen, but not to the point where you're like, what are you wearing? Or like, what's going on? Yeah. Right now, I'm not wearing sunscreen because I'm not in the sun. I'm only wearing the Cerave moisturizer. Yes, so it is mattifying. It does leave a white cast, so I like it. It works for me. It works for my skin tone. Not 100%, but enough for me to feel comfortable wearing it and going out in public with it. Yeah, so I use this, and that's kind of my routine for the day. When I wake up and I go to work, this is what I do. I like to keep it simple. Yeah. That's my AM routine. Now, for the PM routine, you know, I do the cleansing, I do the toner, and then that's when the fun stuff happens. I feel like the fun stuff are the serums, the exfoliation. One of my favorite ingredients is the tretinoin, so retin-A. So I cleanse my face, and then twice or 3 times a week I exfoliate my skin with an enzyme peel from Amore Pacific. As I'm going to mention later, I am using tretinoin, and tretinoin peels your skin, so it chemically peels, or it micro peels your skin, so it peels your skin little by little, and you know, so your skin peels, and so I want to get rid of that dead skin, and so what I use is Amore Pacific enzyme peel. A lady in Sephora also recommended this, and it's actually, you know, pretty costly, but it's, you know, luxurious. It smells nice. It feels nice after you exfoliate your skin. It does feel a little bit stripping, but you know, like, you know, exfoliation is important, especially for, you know, for everyone, but especially I think for people with oily skin, just to clean the pores, or like make sure that your pores don't get clogged and reduce comedones, whiteheads, blackheads. It helps clear your skin so that, you know, the other ingredients, the serums, better absorb into your skin. The serum, the retin-A, all that, the moisturizer. After I exfoliate, I might use a toner again, depending how I feel, depending if I have the time, depending if I have the energy or the patience. Depending also on how my skin feels, I might go in with the Great Barrier Relief by Crave Beauty. I really like this. I think it's really soothing, it's really calming. I think it helps, you know, its purpose is to help with the skin barrier, and especially because I am using Retin-A and it peels the skin, I think this can aid in soothing the skin. Retin-A can be irritating, and so this helps. So I put this from time to time depending on how my skin feels. I think this is something that I would continue to buy. It's not like I need, like, I don't think it's an essential. It is something I would continue to buy, but I think it's an extra. I think serums are like a plus too, you know? So yes, I really like this product. It does have tamanu oil, which I'm sure it does something for the skin. I just don't know what at this time. Right now, I'm also using, from time to time, again, depending on the situation, depending if I'm feeling it or I have the energy and so forth, I use the Crave. It's an Italian brand, I think, and it's their Hydrating Serum. So my memory card got full, so I had to change the memory card, so I have no idea where this stopped recording and where I left off, but last I think I left off is I was using Retin-A, I'm using Retin-A, and you know, I think this is a great product to use. Again, there is not a lot of, but there is some irritation. I feel like that's inevitable with Retin-A, especially with high percentages. And if you do use Retin-A, you make sure to wear sunscreen and not be in the sun for long periods of time, and just overall decrease your exposure to the sun. That's my skincare routine. For the most part, that's like the core of my skincare routines for the morning and before going to bed. There are some days where I do need that extra help, and I use this for spot treatments. It was prescribed by my dermatologist. It's adapalene combined with benzoyl peroxide, and it is 0.3%. It comes in a gel consistency, and the brand name is Effizel or Galderma. I think the product is called Effizel, and then the brand is Galderma. Anyway, I use this as a spot treatment when I have acne, those like stubborn ones, and it has been helpful. I mean, it doesn't remove the acne from one day to the next, but it does help in getting rid of acne quicker, faster. So I occasionally use this, and like I said, it was prescribed by my dermatologist. Yeah, that is my skincare routine as of now. I try to keep it as budget friendly because homegirl, you know, that money, you know, try to keep it affordable and also doable and realistic and practical as well. There are moments where I just kind of go all over the place with my skincare, but I try not to. Well, I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope what I said made some sense. Let me know in the comments. You know what, you can, in the comments just say hi. That'd be great. I'd really appreciate that. Also, let me know what products you would like for me to review or anything of the sort. I am open to suggestions and hope to see you in my next video. Oh, I almost forgot. Please make sure to like this video, subscribe, click on the notification button. I think that's what people are doing nowadays, so that you can see my videos when they come out. Make sure to follow me on Instagram, and I hope to see you in the next video.